It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
Rose Hill Gymnasium in the Bronx is our location. This is where Catholic League championships are won. And St. Ray's and Nazareth, they both have their hopes of doing just that here. But first, one of these two have to survive the quarterfinals. It's the first of 4 quarterfinals here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. All 4 games today at the Rose Hill campus of Fordham University, presented by Maspeth Federal Savings. We thank Maspeth Federal Savings so much for their sponsorship. Well, a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler alongside Zendon Hamilton for what will be an absolute incredible matchup here today, Z. This is the quarterfinals, right? So we're in the final 8, but these two teams met right here on this gym, on this court, a year ago in the semifinals. It was Nazareth winning that game. That was their first year in the AA. They reached the finals where they lost to Stepanak. St. Ray's has not forgotten about that defeat. This is the game that they wanted. This is the opponent that they wanted. So is revenge for St. Ray's, or is it Nazareth, round 2, who get another win? It's going to be fun.
Oh, is it? Listen. Dylan, it's the postseason, all right? You got 2 quality teams, 2 quality coaches with serious talent. Dylan, it's March. There's no better month, okay? Win, you proceed. Lose, you pack your bags.
It is madness here in the Bronx. It's going to be a lot of fun, Z.
Oh.
Let's take a look at the brackets. Let's see how these two teams got here to Fordham. And as you can see, Nazareth had a tough one against Monsignor Scanlon. They pulled that one out. A close game for them. St. Ray's earned the bye as a result of becoming the number 2 seed in the New York Archdiocese. We saw them last week. They lost to Archbishop Stepanak in that championship game. But by reaching the final, they avoided those early games. So this is their first game since that loss to Stepanak. But first, we begin with the Kingsmen from Nazareth. They are representing not only their school, but their borough. And you know what it's like when you've got Brooklyn Ballers. They're the last remaining alive team from Brooklyn. So you know they have that flying that flag, no doubt. But listen, these are guys who, again, a lot of these guys, part of that team last year that made such a great statement. They went from the A to the AA, right? So the big question a year ago was, what do you do? How do you make that jump? Well, they proved that in a big way by reaching the final a year ago. And now they're trying to show that last year was no fluke, that they are a legitimate contender year after year.
Gary Irvin, his 5th season, he's one of the best, and he's got a slew of talent with him, okay? With JoJo Jennings, Howland Rollins, all right? These guys lead their bunch, and they're looking to make a statement here today, Dylan.
We take a look at the players to watch for Nazareth, and they've got in Halon Rollins the MVP of the AA. And of course, A.J. Moody as well, that junior guard, he can go off. You see his season high this year, 34. So if he gets hot, look out.
Man, Halon Rollins, one of the best in the Catholic League, actually, and we'll get to him in a minute. Actually, he can do it all right? A 3-level scorer. Someone is going to be really, really happy with their program next year, all right? He can shoot it, he can pass it, he can dribble it, all right? And he can get other guys involved at that height. Then you have A.J. Moody, the junior, only a junior, can really shoot the basketball, athletic young man, and really plays with pace, knows how to arrange the game and get others involved at his size.
I see Nazareth the last 4 years. Those were in the A division, right? Those last 3 years. They go from 3-21. Gary Irvin takes over 17-7, 26-1. They reach 3 consecutive finals, 2 straight in the A, last year in the AA. So the Kingsmen will love to make another jump here this year.
Terrific job.
For St. Ray's, as we mentioned, they are a team on a mission, right? You've got seniors who have been a part of this for 4 years. So they realize this is, whenever it ends, this month is their last month of high school basketball. That's meaningful for seniors, especially, again, when you've been part of this program for as long as they have. The Ravens 15-12, they come off that loss to Stepinac in the Archdiocese championship game. But again, this is a squad that they felt hard done by a year ago. They felt they should have been in the final, and they're trying to get back to that second Sunday in March.
That's absolutely correct. You got George Lopez, and he's been here for some time with a ton of talent on his group as well. We talked about Brandon Storrs. We talked about Najee Best. We'll get to them in a minute, but he's done a terrific job all year long.
We get to our impact players for the Ravens. Ty Turnage, he is 6 points away from becoming the second all-time leading scorer in school history. Brandon Storrs is that guy, and he is 8 points away from 2,000. But more important for these two guys is to survive in advance. They want to play one more game at least in those Ravens uniforms.
That's right. You win, you proceed. Lose, you pack your bags. And Ty Turnage does not want to pack his bags as the guy who loves the mid-range. Dylan, a lost start in this game, but he doesn't mind it. Can hit it off the dribble or stand still, all right? As you can see right here, you don't come up, he pulls up, okay? Then you have just a gifted scorer, another three-level scorer in Brandon, who's almost at 2,000 points. He can take over a game at any point in time, puts pressure on the defense anywhere on the floor, athletic, and a tweener. So you got to be ready for him tonight.
It is Nazareth, it is St. Raymond's. The starting lineups, keys to the game, and more when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
We're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
For fast fire perfection.
Come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any team looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
The loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh!
Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash. What a way to end the third quarter.
As West barks out the signals. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown. Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sports coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here at Rose Hill Gymnasium, Dylan Butler, Zendon Hamilton, our entire Varsity Media crew. It is the first of 4 quarterfinals. It's those Kingsmen against those Ravens, a rematch of last year's semifinals. We take a look at the keys to this game. Z, we spoke with both head coaches ahead of this one, and here's what they identified.
Nazareth really wants to hit the and win the rebounding war, okay? If you win the rebounding war, Dylan, you really control the pace of the game and win the individual matchups, along with limit them in transition, especially because St. Raymond's likes to get out and shoot threes, all right? Then with St. Raymond's, you got a defensive rebound, almost mirrors Nazareth because they're a bigger team, push the tempo because they're a bigger team, and really scrap it out and get gritty because they're the smaller team, if that makes sense. So you almost got mirroring keys of the game here, Dylan.
Let's take a look at the starters for this one. First, for the Kingsmen. And you see it there, A.J. Moody, JoJo Jennings, Haylon Rollins, Justin Delgado, Daniel Prince. Largely an unchanged starting 5 from the whole year. When you have that connection, that synergy, that's important for a team.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And there you see the MVP of the year, Haylon Rollins. Head coach of Nazareth, a baller in his days. Gary Irvin in his 5th season, class of 2002, Robeson. 2 years ago was the Class A Coach of the Year.
Very good player in his day, Dylan, Gary Irvin.
No doubt about it. Let's take a look at the starters now for St. Raymond's. And a little bit of a change from what we saw in the Archdiocese Championship. These are your top 3, right? Every team we talk to that plays St. Ray's, they identify Ty Turnage, Najee Best, and Brandon Storrs as the 3-headed monster.
Yes.
Hassan Cisse steps in as well, and Luis Crio Moss, an important player. We talk about rebounding. That's the guy inside for the Ravens.
He's really important for them, Dylan. Talking about Luis Carrillo Moss. The last game we saw him, he really impacted the game with his energy. And we talked about impacting the game, basketball games, by not just scoring. He's a guy who knows his role and takes it on seriously.
And the head coach, there he is for the Ravens, the dapper George Lopez, 13th season at the helm, a 1992 graduate of Sacred Heart, 3 wins away from 200 in his career. But all those stats you mentioned, the points for Ty Turnage, the points for Storrs, the wins for George, those are all meaningless right now. It's about winning this one basketball game by any way possible.
By any means necessary. Like I said, the postseason has begun.
The officials for today's contest, Arnold Saunders, Mark Casamassa, and Chris Dunleavy. Just about ready to get it on here in the Bronx.
Coach Lopez looking dapper today.
I said, he always is.
Ready to go. As is Coach Irvin.
Yeah, usually Gary looks like he's ready to put shots up, but today he's got the tie on and he's in his Sunday best. Gary Irvin.
Getting everybody else ready on the team.
So the Ravens in their home whites out of New York 2, 15-12 on the season. Nazareth 18-9. Opening tip goes to the Kingsmen. And there's A.J. Moody. Hands it off. That's JoJo Jennings. Little deflection. Actually, no deflection. An errant pass. So it'll be St. Ray's ball.
Little dribble handoff, went actually the wrong way and turned it over. Sure he wants that one back.
Here's Ty Turnage. Cuddio Moss off the curl is Stores up and under, blocked from Rollins behind. And Jennings in the open court. Expect this one, Z, to be physical. You talk to the other coaches in the league, they all say game one is a war.
I wouldn't expect anything different.
Here's Moody off the screen. Kicks it to the corner. There's 9 on the shot clock. Rollins. Double comes with Stores. He kicks it out. Open 3 is good. Burying that shot is Justin Delgado.
That's what Gary Irvin talked to us about. Halon really understanding the game more and getting his teammate involved once he got doubled.
Stores the handoff to Turnage. Back to Stores. Stores turns, baseline jumper is long, and then a foul called on Hassan Cisse.
Looks like Halon might have went down with a little ankle sprain.
Now, you didn't like the way that he twisted, but he's up, which is good.
That's how you know today it's an important day. We get up and get going by any means necessary.
Now, you and I would be on the court for a few more minutes, so that happened to us right now. Here's Rollins. Halon could do a little bit of everything.
Yes, he can.
Delgado on Moss. He likes that matchup. The Ravens come away with it. They want to run. Here's Turnage. He's got an open Ajay Best in the corner. Turnage takes it himself to the cup for 2.
Terrific exploitation and semi-transition by Turnage to the left hand.
Moody on top to Delgado. They swing it around. Here's Rollins. How do you defend Halon Rollins? That'll be an interesting tactic today. And there's another triple. Daniel Prince knocks it down, and that's part of the game this year that Gary Irvin thinks, even from last year's runner-up, they're a better collective shooting team this year.
Yes, you have to have shooters around Halon who likes to play with the ball in the semi-post, which he just did in his second possession. The double came, he found the open man.
6-2, the early lead for the Kingsmen. Turnage up top. Tries to shake Delgado. Splits defenders, up and under. Turnage, no good. It didn't hit the backboard, and I don't know if they recognize that. Now hang on, the officials will discuss this. You see 1 on the shot clock on the bottom right of your screen. Should there have been a reset? And that's what Mark Casamassa is going to the table to describe.
You see Turnage on that last possession trying to exploit the enforcer up at the top of the key like he's supposed to.
So they do put 32 seconds back on, so good job by the officials recognizing that. Bounce pass inside, Cuddio Moss for 2.
Just talked about him. He's putting his imprint on the game early, Dylan. Terrific young man with a ton of energy.
Rollins, doubled, has to hand it off to Moody. Moody in the lane. He is fouled on his way there. Foul on Stores. It is his first.
So far, Halon is taking the game as it comes to him, doubling him anytime he gets it on the floor, and he's finding the open man, doing his job. Let's see how the game progresses, Dylan.
So here's A.J. Moody on the line to shoot 2. His first rims around and out. Another look at Moody getting to the lane. And the foul.
Absolutely.
Moody, the junior, crafty point guard, 5'9". He can finish around the basket. Nice floater in his game as well. He goes 1 of 2 on the line to give Nazareth the 7-4 lead.
He has a ton in his package. See the little weave here.
Hassan Cisse. Back to Stores. Stores versus Delgado. Turns the corner, but we've got a foul. Chris Dunleavy calls it. It goes against the Kingsmen.
That's also going to be an interesting matchup with the enforcer against Stores.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting ones on the floor tonight, right?
Yes, they are.
Or today, I should say. We will get to tonight eventually. Stores, foul line jumper, old school. Hey, I heard a little bit of Eric B. and Rakim paid in full the way here. That's old school. Stores is listening to that. 7-6. That's a true story, by the way. Jennings, baseline, fouls.
Man, we are.
I had Rock the Bells on the way in. Sirius XM.
We are really going old school today. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Off the foul. Here's Moody. First sub. Quan Johnson checks in for Cisse. The senior veteran. And here's Moody.
Dribble handoff right back to Halon.
Triple long. Loose ball. It'll stay with the Kingsmen.
And that's going to be another progression in Halon's development, when and when not to get aggressive once the double teams start to come against him, because he's going to be seeing that a lot, even if they progress. Dylan.
Z, you see Halon's size, right? 6'6", 6'7", a guy who could shoot it from beyond the arc, as attacking the rim is Delgado for 2. But Rollins, what it probably projects as a wing, right? Or even potentially a big 2 on the next level. Najee Bess, one of the best in the city at doing what he just did.
Yes, to answer your question, absolutely. With his skill set, he can play a wide range. As you see, he wants to post here.
Jennings took what was given, missed a jumper. Rebound to Cadiel Moss, and here's Ty Turnage. Turnage to the rack, in and out. Stores the big boy rebound. He's 1v4, and he was fouled.
Stores is just trying to big boy people on Maspeth down there in the paint, as you see him here grabbing the rebound and putting it up. This is a big boy game here today, Dylan.
And Stores will go to the line off that foul from Jennings. Knocks down his first of this game.
It's just a rare talent, Stores is. Again, he scores on all 3 levels. Big fella guards him, he's taking him off the bounce. Little guy guards him, he's getting him in that semi-post area and going to work.
And importantly, too, knocks down his free throws, right? So an 11-9 lead now for the Ravens.
Can't leave money at the line.
Here's Moody. Moody. In and out. Kamara. Is that a traveling violation? It is. Kamara grabbed the rebound, fell on the court. Unlucky for the big fella. First sub for Naz, as checking in Joel Barnaby. He'll replace Daniel Prince.
At St. Raymond's with Kamara and Moss almost have the same responsibilities, Dylan. They really pick and roll players, energy players, players that play their role.
Barnaby missed a triple. Big rebound for Delgado, swatted away by Kamara, but a foul was called. And to your point, those two played together at the start of the year. So you had 2 bigs with Moss and Kamara, but George Lopez thinks they're better with one in the game and the other coming in for that big.
Yeah, and we don't know better than George Lopez, who's been there 13 seasons.
Delgado to the line, makes his first.
Delgado's just a physical specimen down there. Instead of the enforcer, I think I'm still start calling him the finisher.
All right.
I think that's a better name for him.
He goes 1 of 2, didn't finish that free throw. And it's the Ravens with an early 11-10 lead. Turnage going right at Rollins, and Rollins stepped on the baseline. You love that from Turnage, right? No fear there.
None at all. Semi-transition, even when it's just regular play. He's trying to get to the bucket.
Saw his dad before, Billy, head coach of Holy Cross. A long day here for Billy Turnage. He's hoping for 2 for 2 for the Turnages today.
Love it.
Billy Turnage, head coach at Holy Cross, they take on Stepinac. That game at, I believe, at 5 o'clock. We have a lot of games here today, so I'm trying to remember.
You're all right.
In front of me.
Games.
3 o'clock after this one is Hayes and St. Francis Prep, as Delgado puts it on the court. Ooh, a pretty finger roll, and then the JoJo Jennings getting up at 6'2" to finish.
JoJo Jennings with the rebound.
And now Delgado, great defense by the enforcer. He and Barnaby doubling Storrs to force the turnover.
The enforcer putting his physical imprint on the basketball.
Yeah, that was a stamp.
Stamp. Got a horns action here to a side pick.
And a little bump. And the thing, too, I think what helps George Lopez, and it's probably part of his thinking and his staff, you have Kamara and Luis Carrillo-Moss, right?
Yep.
You've got 10 fouls now between those two guys.
Absolutely.
Right, so let's not have them on the court at the same time.
No, because we need them out there.
And to that point, Kamara picked up 2 quick ones, and Carrillo-Moss looks like he's ready to check in. But first, Moody to the line to shoot 2. Earlier in the season, Gary Irvin said, I need this guy to shoot like 8 to 10 threes in a game. Knocks down his first free throw.
Really shifty young man. You see it on the side pick there, rejected the screen and went baseline. Love his movement still in.
Second free throw is good from Moody, who dropped 34 in a game this year. That's his season high. And he's given the Kingsmen a 14-11 lead here inside the final 2 minutes. Quarter number 1. A little errant pass there. That's Zaire Johnson.
Tough one in St. Raymond's. You can't have ill-advised turnover, not in this type of game. It's too much importance.
And Johnson goes to the bench. Storrs back in.
You see, we got some floppy action.
Rollins turns, foul line, off the mark. Storrs the rebound. It's wild to think, but Storrs is the only committed player on the court. Going to Georgia Tech. Here's Turnage. What a look down low. And the finish inside by Jacob Dyson.
Ty Turnage gets into the lane, draws the defense, and makes the terrific pass for the easy layup.
And now Storrs is in Rollins' kitchen. Contested jumper, in and out. And Dyson, you love anything you get from the sophomore right now. Doesn't play a ton. Carrillo-Moss dials it up from downtown off the mark.
He can shoot that.
And now here's Moody inside the final minute of quarter number 1. Triple off the mark by Barnaby.
This is
nice move by Bess. Again, you've got to guard his ability to shoot the 3, right? So he comes inside and knocks down the jumper on the baseline.
He also has mid-range capabilities, but you want to run him off that line because he can get it going quickly from the three-point line.
15-14 the lead for the Ravens. Rollins to the corner. Jennings thought about it, reverses course. The one more. To the corner to Jennings. He stepped on that baseline. So it'll be the Ravens with an opportunity here to not only hold for the last, but take the lead into the second quarter.
Sure. Got Coach Lopez switching, I believe, to a 1-2-2 on that last possession.
There's a good look at Jacob Dyson.
Let's get a quality look here for the last possession.
Here's Storrs. Oh, a little hook. Can't get the finish. Rollins, three-quarters court, off the mark. But it is St. Ray's. They throw the first punch, although it's a close one. They've got the 1-point lead going into the break.
Yes, they do.
And Najee.
And you have Najee. They're running him off the line, but he's taking what he can get, which is the mid-range.
Ravens, 1-point lead heading to the second quarter right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
There's a good look at George Lopez getting into the laboratory a little bit, Z.
Yes. 13 seasons, he knows exactly what he wants.
Yeah, did not like the way that his guys played in the Archdiocese championship game. He said, felt like they had their chance. Credit to Stepanak, said they played great, especially Adonis Ratliff, Danny Carbucia. But he said, we quickly had to shift our focus to this game, realizing finishing second in New York was not a bad thing, mostly because this is the matchup they wanted. They wanted another shot at the Kingsmen, and they got it.
Yes, they did. And 13th season, he's incredibly detailed, which you want him to be.
And here's Best to start the second quarter. Hands it off to Zaire Johnson, the sophomore. Played on that freshman team a year ago that made the city championship. Errant pass. And those are the things you've got to be wary of. If you're really either team, those turnovers. Delgado kicks it. No deflection. Trying to find Xavier Robertson in the corner.
Well, we got a turnover for a turnover. And you see George Lopez on the court extremely upset because he knows he needs those possessions.
Little floater. Najee Best.
Najee Best has his mid-range game going today.
Yeah, I was going to say, Z, he's not just a three-point shooter. He's showing his versatility today in the Bronx.
Yes, he has a ton in his bag, and he's showing it today.
Now he's trying to guard one of the city's best. Rollins pulls up for the deep two.
Rollins is just a gifted scorer. Puts the pressure on the defense, the easy pull-up and get into his spots.
Zaire Johnson, this is without Ty Turnage. He's at the scorer's table at the next whistle. So Storrs is like, I'll take care of things right now. Storrs, look out. A collision on the baseline with Tyson Trammell. And Trammell called for the foul.
Storrs, being a senior, really pressing early to get himself going and his team.
So Turnage back.
Got a baseline out of bounds here. Let's see what we got.
Up top to Storrs. You got to think 4 years, like probably 110, 15 games. Best from three off the mark. Carrillo Moss tracks down the rebound. And we can reset, but Moss wants to take it at Rollins. Turns. What a jumper.
Carrillo Moss.
That's a power move inside.
Big boy move going over that right shoulder.
But I was saying with Turnage and Storrs, they don't even have to call out plays, I think. It's just eye contact at this point.
That's absolutely. These type of games, they want to take over. And look at the finisher here.
Pull up, Jay off the mark. Carrillo Moss, the rebound. I mean, back in the day, you and Tariq Turner probably had something similar, right? Like, you don't even need to look at T. You know it's coming. Carrillo Moss fakes it.
You spend so much time with guys, especially on your group. They're more of your family.
Yeah.
More than anything. And a lot of people who don't play sports don't understand that.
And these guys aren't looking for a family reunion. They want to stay together right now for as long as they can in this month of March. Here's Turnage with 9 on the shot clock. Kicks it to Carrillo Moss.
Oh.
And he's called for the offensive. Delgado, whether it was just drawing out or it was indeed contact. Good job by Delgado. Another look here.
Very good job by the finisher. Again, impacting the game with his physicality on both ends of the floor. Need guys like that, okay? Junkyard Dog, Jerome Williams. If you're really old school, Dennis Rodman. Need guys like that to impact winning.
Little wet spot on the floor, which will give it's a 30-second timeout called by the Ravens. As we take a look at what's ahead here in the intersectionals. You see today 1, 3, 5, and 7. So we are here locked in at Rose Hill. We advance to the semifinals on Thursday. And then it's always the second Sunday in March. It's always 3 o'clock, and it's almost always here at Fordham, the Intersectional Championship, the granddaddy of them all.
Ooh, what's a better day to have all day of basketball, Dylan?
And then I heard Oliver Antigua's taking us out to dinner after that one.
Oh,
to his spot, the Pine.
Ooh, beautiful.
That's the word in the street, at least. I'm not sure.
Right,
we have to confirm that.
Put it out there. All right. Maybe he's listening.
Here's Moody crossing midcourt off the timeout.
And I see they're going now to a box and one on Halon. Switching things up.
That means somebody else is open. Moody. He went college three-point line. Rebound for Delgado. We reset. Stepping in, the floater, Jennings.
That's what you want to do. You want to make somebody else beat you with the box and one. Don't even want to get Halon started.
And I think that's fine for Gary Irvin because he's very confident in the supporting cast as Ibrahima Kamara misses the bunny.
Tough one.
What do we got? Offensive foul called on Daniel Prince, says Arnold Saunders.
Like the physicality, want to save those possessions.
I think that was a moving screen there by Prince.
Just move the puppies a little bit. It's okay.
And here's Turnage to Stores. Georgia Tech bounds. The all-time leading scorer, Turnage. Tough one. And Prince picks up 2 quick ones. And as Ty Turnage, he'll go to the line.
Going back to the line. It's a young man still trying to put pressure on the defense, trying to turn that corner and get downhill. Like the action, Dylan. Really like the action. No fear in this young man.
Turnage, 4-year starter, 1,000-point scorer for the Ravens. This, his senior year, the best of them yet.
Yeah, just a young man who really understands the game. You can see that right from the beginning. Wants to get others involved. That's his first responsibility. And it looks like he's using the second responsibility, which is trying to get to the bucket and get himself involved.
He came in with 1,405 points. He's added to that with 4 more as the Ravens with a 21-18 lead. Here's Moody, hands off Rollins. That's a deep 3, back rim, no good. And now you've got Creel Moss and Kamara back, or together, excuse me, on the court as Turnage takes on 2 defenders, kicks it out. Stores pulls up, foul line, in and out. Delgado off his leg. It'll stay with the Ravens.
Looks like we got a timeout here by Mr. Irvin. Wants to talk things over.
30-second timeout for Nazareth.
Doesn't like what he sees somewhere and wants to talk it over.
On that bench, you look to the right a little bit. There's Lenny Cook. You can see with the beard, a legend in his time as well. Great to have Lenny Cook on staff. He was a 6'6" guard. At one time was a top-ranked player in the country, ahead of a guy named LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony.
Oof. Just a terrific talent, Lenny Cook was.
And if you know his story, took some bad advice, declared for the 2002 draft, lost his college eligibility, went undrafted, but all of those kind of pitfalls or bumps in the road, he's able now to share his story and help the next generation of basketball players, especially these guys at Nazareth.
And coming from Coach Irvin, he's doing a terrific job doing that.
Stores at Rollins, no good. Look at Kamara. A foul, though, said Arnold Saunders. An offensive one on Kamara.
Kamara trying to big boy and push people around down there.
We get a tight ball game here.
See, Coach Lopez doesn't like it. Says he wants to allow him to play a little bit.
Here's Moody. Delgado's like, I'm going to set the screen here. Moody takes it. Kamara, the rejection. Back out to Jennings. To the corner, Moody. If you're looking at assignments, it's Najee Best right now on Rollins.
That's right.
3 on the shot clock. In and out of the hands of JoJo Jennings.
Tough possession, Moody.
Tyson Trammell in again for Naz.
Yeah, that possession, Moody tried to reject the screen and get to the rim. Real Moore said, you better wipe your feet before you come in my house.
Turnage. Nice pass. Oh, there was one more. A little late recognizing it as Najee Best. Contested, tough shot, ill-advised. And what do we have? I thought we might have had a jump ball, but I think Mark Casamassa has a foul first. And that's on Cadiel Moss, and that's his second. So now the two bigs, both with 2 fouls. And I think George Lopez needs to go to his bench and maybe take one of those 2 out. You don't want to get a third on either, and that's what he'll do. But at the next whistle.
You do not, and Nazareth was a terrific.
Now, if I'm Naz, well, I was about to say, I'm gonna attack the paint, but Justin Delgado had other ideas. He figured, I'm gonna tie this game at 21.
That's the thing about Delgado. He not only can impact the game being a physical specimen, but he can also score it different ways.
Loose ball rebounds. Najee Best comes away with it. To Stores, traveling violation first. So finally, Lopez able to make that substitution. Back in the game, Jacob Dyson. He replaces Kamara.
Yeah, Brandon trying to get it going. Hasn't really gotten into a flow yet, but there's a long way to go, Dylan. And 2,000 points, he can score the basketball.
Jennings, the kick, the 3. In and out, no good. Stores the rebound, and the Ravens look to run. Here's Najee Best. Corner, 3, turnage, bucket!
Terrific drive, drawing dish, and semi-transition for Mr. Turnage.
Turnage with 7. He is now the 2nd all-time leading scorer in St. Ray's history, surpassing Isaiah Washington. Loose ball in the court, look out. And they're calling a kickball. It'll be Ravens basketball.
This is what you want to see, Dylan. You got bodies on the floor. It's the postseason. It's what you want to see, the grit and the grind.
I was about to quote one of Chris Sweeney's favorite songs, "Let the bodies hit the floor."
We are on a roll today.
Here's Turnage. Ravens by 3.
Want to get Brandon going.
Ooh, nice fake by Dyson. Look out. And he is called for the offensive foul. And right away you see Turnage. He wanted the ball passed. Didn't want that attacking the rim. And even Storrs, 2 seniors, right? On the other side, Storrs using the motion. Hey, take the jumper.
Yeah.
Inside the final minute now. First half, Ravens by 3.
Mr. Justin Delgado, we have been calling his name a lot. Took the big charge there.
And now Delgado on the other side. Front rim no good. Dyson the rebound. Quick outlet. Here's Najee Best. Rejection by Rollins. Here comes Halon the other way. Jennings, 4-3. Side rim no good. Loose ball, Turnage. A little bit hectic here in the final minute of quarter number 2. Ooh, an errant pass. Look out. Cadio Moss. Oh, ill-advised there, too. Took a deflection, though, and it'll stay with the Ravens. 23 seconds remaining. Shot clock is off.
Big-time rejection by the MVP, or the preseason MVP of the year. He says, if you don't have a check for me, do not come to my house.
Well, Halon, I thought if there was a preseason MVP, would have been it. Halon, the postseason. He's the player of the year in this league. Cadio Moss on top to Best. Najee, 7 points, 3 of 5 shooting. And here's Turnage. Ty Turnage. 7, Turnage. Off glass. Ooh, in and out. Maybe last chance here. A.J. Moody will not get a shot off. So it's the Ravens with a 3-point lead. And they leaned a little bit, Z, on one of their seniors in that first half. His name, Ty Turnage.
Doing a terrific job, Dylan. You see him knocking it down there, and he's showing a little bit to the bench. Look at that.
His only triple of the first half has the Ravens up by that margin. It's 24-21 St. Ray's. You're watching the Catholic AA quarterfinals on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any team looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
The loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh! Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash. What a way to end the third quarter.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sports coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the spring, but spots are limited. Contact us today for lacrosse, baseball, softball, and tennis by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
Varsity Media's hype videos stand out with dynamic visuals and storytelling. Our primary goal is to create a memorable impression, excitement, and interest that encourages viewers to engage and participate. Our hype video can be shown on stadium video boards, social media, and school websites. Our hype videos are the perfect feature to get your community amped up for the team and the big game.
He's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face on, stay on athlete. Controlling the face-off. That's 3 in a row now.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
This is Jalen Brunson, you're watching Varsity Media.
Every day opens a new door to grow, to build relationships. Every moment, a chance to do more. To buy a home, grow a business, start a family. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships. You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media. When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream events. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
Varsity Media's hype videos stand out with dynamic visuals and storytelling. Our primary goal is to create a memorable impression, excitement, and interest that encourages viewers to engage and participate. Our hype video can be shown on stadium video boards, social media, and school websites. Our hype videos are the perfect feature to get your community amped up for the team and the big game.
Back here at Rose Hill Gymnasium, Dylan Butler, Zendon Hamilton, our entire Varsity Media crew. Second half about to begin. The Ravens with a 24-21 lead. Z, we take a look at some of the first half stats. Neither team shooting it particularly well. St. Ray's shooting 36% from the field, 9 of 25. Nazareth just 7 of 24 for 29%. Rebounding edge, that goes to the Ravens. 20-14. Their largest lead has been 3. Nazareth's has been 4.
Yep, and St. Raymond's really getting on the glass and really gritting things out like they do. That's who they are.
And one thing that George Lopez will not want, and he'll want it cleaned up, 8 first half turnovers to 5 for Nazareth. Now what St. Ray's has done, kind of junking it up a little bit defensively, is they've limited the MVP of the season, Halon Rollins, who comes in averaging 22.3 points a game. Rollins limited to just 2 points on 5 shots, 1 of 5 from the field.
Yeah, with Dylan, they're throwing a bunch of different defenses and looks at him. Boxes and ones, 1-2-2s. You know, they're running and jump just a little bit just to throw him off, and he's going to have to see that and overcome it during this half.
Leading the way for Nazareth, who have the ball here to start the second half, Justin Delgado. But here's Halon Rollins, front rim 3, no good. Creel Moss, the rebounds. Leading scorer for the Ravens as Turnage dials it up from 3 off the mark, no good. Prince, the rebound. It's Bess and Turnage with 7 points apiece in that first half.
Turnage aggressive in the first half, and he continues in this half.
Moody, 1 on 3, lost control.
A little sloppy in the beginning, but I'm sure they'll get things going. Either that or the coaches will get it going.
Yeah, listen, I think, and listen, this league has great former players as coaches, right?
Sure.
But I want to get this staff against that staff, maybe to decide things later on, as foul down low on Delgado.
I'm not sure about that.
Not only do you have
the edge.
Gary Irvin, you've got Lenny Cook. You play it. You can play the high-low there.
Yeah.
And on the other side, for St. Ray's, George Lopez could still kind of be the coach there, but You got like Gerald Coles, who played at Drexel, Myron Hickman at Mount St. Vincent. Oh, by the way, the best kept secret, Karim Reed out of Arkansas. Khadeel Moss inside for 2.
Kareem Ross with the nice duck in, going over that left shoulder.
Oh, what a nice move. Count it. And the foul by Rollins.
Halon says, let me reintroduce myself.
Yeah, his name is not Hove, but it's Halon. As there you see him attacking the basket.
I'm sure Gary Irvin told him, we need you to win this game and get going in this half.
And he completes the three-point play. Two-point ball game, the first of 4 quarterfinals here from the historic Rose Hill Gymnasium.
Going right back.
Ooh, Khadeel Moss goes baseline, short on the hook. We go the other way, and here comes Halon in transition. Rollins pulls up, and he was fouled by Bess.
Just the many gifts that Halon has. Can push it in transition, can post. A 3-level gifted young man he is. And he needs to press the issue, which is what he's doing in this half, Dylan.
And what's one of the best ways to do that, Z, right, is getting in the paint, getting to the foul line.
Yes. One of his many gifts, stopping the clock, getting his flow going.
And Rollins with that sweet touch from the foul line. Knocked down 40 as a season high this year.
It's the beauty of this young man. You can throw it to him in the post, pick and pop with him. Or you can just give it to him and let him go ISO.
Buries both. We're tied at 26. Here's Turnage.
Got a little floppy action, deadlock.
Kicks it into Stores. Stores, he's big enough to post up inside, misses it. Delgado the rebounds.
Terrific ducking by Stores. Just couldn't finish.
Here's Justin Delgado to Prince. He'll hand off to JoJo. Inside Rollins, doubled. They kick out to Moody, 4-3. Off the mark, no good. Loose ball rebound, Delgado. Can't get the putback. Ball saved to Khadeel Moss, and here comes Stores. Here comes the Express, straight to the hoop. If that was the NBA, you get the continuation. Yes, no, says Chris Dunleavy. But Stores will go.
That definitely would have been a continuation.
Yeah.
Upstairs, Dylan. He terrific push by Stores in transition. Just couldn't get the finish. On the other side, Nazareth just has to get their spacing figured out a little bit once they throw the ball in to Halon.
Here's Stores. That's best on best attacking Rollins. And Halon comes away, and he was fouled. What you like, I think, well, you like many things, but what you like about Halon is even in the first half where he was quiet, he's not pressing the issue, right? He's finding it within the flow of the game.
Yes, he is. He, again, talking to Gary Irvin, he's started to really understand the game in his last year as a senior and know that he has shooters all around the perimeter. If the double comes, he just has to find them. Just take his time and find them.
Corner 3, no good. Rollins tried to get that rebound. It goes to Khadeel Moss. Khadeel Moss has been very good on the glass this afternoon.
Yes, he has. We got the switch here by Nazareth.
Turnage short. Moody comes the other way. To the corner, Joel Barnaby inside, Delgado. A few too many spins for Justin Delgado. Traveling violation.
Just shuffled the puppies a little bit.
You mentioned the rebounding for Khadeel Moss. He's got 8 in this game already, 7 on the defensive glass to go along with his 6 points.
Knows his role, Dylan. Knows his role. You need those guys to win. See a little horns action here.
Stores, foul line, off the mark. It has been a tough shooting day for Brandon Stores. Now 1 of 9 from the field.
I wish I was still coaching, and my advice to Stores, don't get down. Do other things to get yourself going. Rebound the basketball. Set some screens.
And it doesn't feel, at least from our vantage point, like he's forcing things. The shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and when the shots aren't falling, sometimes it starts to build up in your brain a little bit, Dylan, and it's hard to separate. It's hard to separate when you're actually in the game.
Corner 3, Barnaby rims around, no good. Kadiel Moss, the outlet, look out. There's a couple of Ravens there. Cisse to Stores. Brandon Stores attacks, offensive foul. Brandon's got to be careful with his reaction. That's his third.
Just the young man is just pressing just a little bit. And he's got to watch himself with the referees now.
Midway point of this third quarter. Here's Jennings, tied at 26. This a rematch of last year's semifinals. Moody, oh, the triple.
That's the spacing I was talking about, Dylan.
Great recognition by Rollins, too. The double came, the kick out for the triple, and a timeout called by the Ravens.
It's been all game long with Halon.
It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them as well. 3:38 left in the third. 29-26 the lead for Nazareth. You're watching the Catholic AA quarterfinals on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Every day opens a new door to grow, to build relationships. Every moment, a chance to do more. To buy a home, grow a business, start a family. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
There's a look at Billy Turnage. No doubt in a second, his phone will ping and say, Billy, you're on the air. Holy Cross head coach. What a great job he's done. Former Wings head coach. Built that program to one of the best in the PSAL. Now he's hoping his son lives to play another day here in the Catholic League. And once this game is over, his mindset will reset from watching Ty to trying to figure out how to beat the Crusaders of Archbishop Stepanak.
He's done a great job with his young man who's extremely mature and knows how to run his group.
Yeah, I've said it.
Kid.
No doubt. And Z, I've said it numerous times. Delgado, the steal. Justin Delgado, the flush.
And like I called him, the finisher gets a big-time steal for the flush.
Ravens need a response. They go double big now. Najee Bess, that's his sweet spot. Misses it. Creel Moss can't corral the rebound. Here comes Jennings in transition. JoJo. Wait for the big man. Rollins, top of the key. Back rim, no good. I think Nazareth Nation would have erupted had that fallen. Here's Creel Moss. Nice shot by Creel Moss. Much needed one as well for the Ravens.
Just to slow things down, he's done a terrific job so far today. Went right to his left-hand hook.
Little stutter step. Delgado loses it. And now the Ravens. It's 4-on-2. Stores. Turnage. One more. Kamara.
Terrific extra pass by the team that time. You know, Stores is struggling a little bit, but he gave it up to his teammates, got the extra pass for the nice layup.
It's Joel Barnaby. A year ago, these Kingsmen, they went 21-8.
Yes, they did. And look at the spacing of Nazareth. Got a double screen.
Oh, Gary Irvin wanted a foul in the worst way. In transition, Brandon Stores. Great pass, too, by Najee Best. I think recognizing that the star player has been struggling, right? So hand it off. Let him get some buckets.
Yes. Let him eat, as we call it. And get his confidence going.
And just like that, 6-0 run gives the Ravens a 1-point lead. Rollins, what do we got? Offensive foul. Carrillo Moss drawing it.
Got Halon pressing just a little bit, and Carrillo Moss stepping in and taking the big-time charge at the big-time moment.
Timeout called by Nazareth. We take a look at some of the previous champions in this league. You see last year on this court, this is a sight that no one from Nazareth wants to see, right? Because this was Stepanak, Boogie Fland, Braylon Ritvo, and the gang winning back-to-back championships. Before that, it was Cardinal Hayes defeating Stepanak. Stepanak and Christ the King. You see all those wins by Joe Arbitello's Royals of Christ the King. We'll see them on the court later today as well. But Nazareth, it's been a while since they've won in the AA. You have to go back to 1977.
Ooh.
They beat Power Memorial by 2. Ooh. In that one, they've got 4 A championships, a B championship, but this is the level that they want to be. They feel they should be as among the perennial contenders in the Big Boy Catholic League division.
Did you say Power Memorial?
I did say Power Memorial.
My goodness, I hope the big legendary Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wasn't on that team.
Well, yes. But at the time, he was Lou Alcindor.
Yes, he was. It's a good call.
Here's Turnage. 1-point lead for the Ravens. We've been close throughout. Oh, big move. Big boy basketball by the big man himself. And now Stores the steal. The layup. Brandon Stores.
My goodness. Brandon Stores with just a big boy move down there and gets the terrific steal for another convert.
And you know what? Again, I go back to that pass by Najee Best, right? Unselfish, gets the big man ignited now.
And that fire is definitely lit. You can see the fire in his eyes after that, especially after that second bucket.
Foul called on Kamara, his third. So now George Lopez quickly trying to make a sub. He wants to bring Hassan Cisse back into the game. He changes it now. He's going to Carrillo Moss for Kamara, but first, here's Delgado's first free throw.
Delgado's been doing a terrific job throughout the game. And just going back to what you talked about, Dylan, getting your star going, you see some chatter down there now between Brandon and a couple of teammates from Nazareth, just because his energy is up. His confidence is up.
And his points are up now, too, as well. 10 for him. Missed both. Rollins, though, rips down the rebounds. With those last 2 points by Stores, by the way, congratulations to Brandon. Gets it out in a moment as Turnage, the steal, attacks Moody. Fouled first, but with those last 2 points, Stores surpasses the 2,000-point mark. He came in needing 8. Now he has 10. So congratulations to the Ravens' all-time leading scorer, reaching that 2,000-point total. Usually it's 1,000 that players want to reach. Brandon has doubled that.
That is a serious number. See him with the ball here.
1 second differential between shot and game clock. Ravens with a 4-point lead.
If they get their spacing correct, it looks like Brandon orchestrating traffic.
We mentioned before, it's been tight. Largest lead for both teams, only 5 points in this one.
It looks like Brandon wants it in his hands.
Delgado on him.
Feels he has the edge.
Stores to Turnage. 7. Turnage in the lane, blocked by Barnaby.
Oh!
That does not count.
My goodness.
Stepping on the sideline. So Nazareth an opportunity for a last-second bucket.
There's a reason why he's a 2,000 scorer.
Delgado, no. But it is the Ravens with a 4-point lead after 3. Brandon Stores reintroduces himself.
Yes, he does. Look at that with the big-time steal and bucket, and he's letting them know about it, Dylan.
Brandon's like, we're in the Bronx. This is my borough. 5-point lead for the Ravens. We're going to the 4th here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Back here at Rose Hill Gymnasium on the campus of Fordham University. Dylan Butler, Zendon Hamilton, our entire Varsity Media crew. It is the 4th quarter, and it has been as advertised. A slugfest between Brooklyn's best right now in Nazareth and a St. Raymond's team looking for revenge from last year's semifinal loss. That was an 85-80 win. Excuse me, in the regular season, Nazareth won 85-80. St. Raymond's, their season a year ago, was ended with a 58-55 loss here in the semifinals. 23-6 a year ago for St. Ray's.
All comes down to this, Dylan. It's not checkers, it's chess. And let's see what the two coaches have for each other.
St. Ray's ball coming out. If they get a bucket here, they will have their largest lead of the game. Stores.
There's no surprise in whose hands it in.
Brandon Stores.
Loves that mid-range action on the box. Feels he has the advantage and the quick pull-up over that right shoulder.
He is such a matchup problem. Foul off the ball. And it's on Najee Best, says Arnold Saunders.
Looks like we have an off-the-ball foul, which you never want. See what Nazareth has baseline out.
And you're right. 1 foul apiece on that one. Rollins misses it. Creel Moss stripped below on the floor. Who gets it? Turnage. Turns the corner, checks the rear view. Stores, 4-3. Ooh, front rim, no good. Loose ball, what do we got? Ravens ball.
It all goes back to that bucket that he got, Dylan. And his energy is full right now, talking about Brandon Stores. Confidence is sky high.
A conversation between Mark Casamassa, Arnold Saunders. And we get, I guess, verification. It is St. Ray's ball underneath.
Oh.
Stores. And the foul.
As we just talked about, that fire is lit. And Brandon Stores is here.
Another look, Z.
The terrific fake, which you can't see off camera. Goes right over that left-hand shoulder, and he's too big down there once he gets positioned for anybody.
As Storrs, back rim, unable to complete the three-point play. Largest lead is 9 right now for the Ravens. Nazareth now needs a bucket in the worst way, and they find one. And it's JoJo Jennings, the 4-year starter, to do so.
Senior doesn't want to end his season, who we haven't been talking about a lot, but gets to his spot, a nice turnaround jumper on the baseline.
Jennings with 6 now. Here's Turnage.
You see Brandon telling him get out so he can get a pick and roll, pick and pop, and get to his space. Taking him inside the painted area over that right shoulder.
That was ill-advised from Storrs. Fortunate to get an offensive rebound. Look out. That was a jump ball, sent Arnold Saunders. Jacob Dyson going after it for the Ravens. Possession arrow favors the Kingsmen.
Oh, Dylan, we got a terrific one here today.
Multiple motivations for the Ravens. They want revenge from last year. Then they went to Brooklyn. They lost by 5 this year, 85-80. But really the only time you can get redemption for a playoff loss where your season ends is to do the same to that opponent. Delgado misses a triple. Creel Moss, the rebound to Turnage. Ahead to Storrs, pulls up. Off the mark. Here comes Rollins. Will Halon Rollins play his final game in a Nazareth uniform today? Foul on the floor.
Ability of JoJo, shoot the basketball, raises the defender, gets in the lane.
And the fourth, the fourth on Creel Moss. So you lose a guy who's been a rebounding juggernaut with 10. And Turnage can't finish at the cup. And Storrs fouled on his way up. More pressing though right now is Ty Turnage down on the baseline. It looks from our vantage point like he's holding his knee. And there you see, looks like just below his calf.
Maybe his calf.
But in a lot of pain is Ty Turnage. And a concern certainly for the Ravens. Their floor general literally on the floor right now.
Just something you never want to see, Dylan. Just missed the layup. And it looks like he might have came down a little awkwardly.
It looks like he's unable to put any weight on that left leg of his.
Hoping it's something simple like the ankle, maybe, calf muscle, maybe a little strain.
And you can see the look from his teammates. That's your leader, right?
Sure.
And I think Brandon Storrs maybe needs to get these guys together and say, listen, next man up. And I think you're right. You're starting to see a little bit too. Nothing right away, but now Ty is putting a little bit pressure you see on his leg. So maybe it's just
it's always a good sign.
A bruised ankle.
Maybe just a little bruised. But you're absolutely right. Next man up. It's that type of game. This is the postseason. You hope all is well with Ty, but want to get your group together. We got 5 minutes to go and continue.
So Storrs to the line to shoot 2, knocks down the first. He is 3 of 4 from the foul line. Now leads the Ravens with 15.
Big rebound by him.
He knocks down both. So Zaire Johnson back in the game. He replaces Creel Moss. Now the Ravens picking up full court.
Little pressure. Why not? Try to turn over Nazareth. Make them speed things up a little bit.
Yeah, just token pressure there from the Ravens. Here's Moody. A.J. Moody with 6. Attack Stores. No entry that way. Kicks it back out to Rollins, and now Delgado doing Delgado things, using his physicality inside where he was fouled on Kamara, and now it's Kamara's 4th. So both big. We said they had 10 fouls, but now they've got 8 of them between Kirill Moss and Kamara.
Delgado's just so physical down there once he gets it on the box. You want to keep him out of that area and meet him at the foul line, if anything, if you're the defender. Because once he gets it down there, turning over either shoulder, he's going to put you in a predicament that you don't want to be in.
Delgado with a team-high 12. Look at this, Ty Turnage. It's not a Willis Reed moment, if you will, but certainly getting the ovation from the Ravens fans.
Terrific to see, Dylan, and maybe it's an inspiring moment to his teammates.
Delgado knocks down both. So here's Ty Turnage.
Back on the floor. Beautiful to see.
Yes, 42-35, the lead. And if you're Jennings, that's what you have to do, right? Get in his grill, make him cut with that maybe tender ankle, if you will. Stores, traveling violation. Oh, no. That's not what you want to see. Stores called for the technical foul. So first he gets called for the foul, and then the reaction from Brandon Stores results in a technical foul.
That's probably what you don't see here. Trying to get baseline and get the angle. Dylan didn't get the angle, and I'm sure said something that the referee didn't like.
Now Arnold Saunders right away puts the T on Stores.
There's an old school saying, Dylan, between us coaches. When emotions are high, logic is low. And you have to be able to control yourself, especially in Brandon's part where you need this guy. You need this player to really get going and win this ball game.
And now Stores, with those back-to-back fouls, he's got 4. Rollins taken away from Brandon Stores, or by Brandon Stores. Turnage! He's saying, what ankle? And he will go to the foul line.
Terrific defense on the other end. Coach Gary Irvin.
And Z, this was all set up by Stores with a strip steal. You've got to be inch perfect to get that ball. You hit a wrist, you hit a hand, that's your 5th foul. As Turnage knocks down the free throw.
It's a beautiful thing to see Ty Turnage back out here playing after the fall in an earlier possession.
And now Brandon Stores to the bench. He's got 4. Brandon will disagree with his coach. He wants to be in the game, but we've got to manage minutes right now with 4 fouls.
There's always a disagreement between coach and player when it's time for you to play.
And you like that if you're George Lopez. You wouldn't want your best player to accept getting to the bench.
There's some passion there, which you want.
So Kanye Lewis in the game for the Ravens for the first time this afternoon. St. Ray's with a 44-37 lead. A big reason why Brandon Stores, his time on the bench will be limited. He's back at the scorer's table. So just a quick conversation, a little sip of water.
Just to calm things down.
That's it.
Coach Lopez wanted them to do.
Lower the temperature.
That's all.
Ty Turnage wants to bring the temperature up among the Ravens nation.
Ty loves to reject that screen and get to that baseline floater.
11 now for Turnage. Rollins spins, and he is fouled. Rollins, you could see the frustration, throws the ball off the stanchion behind the basket. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Halon also rejects the screen, get to the baseline, and just a terrific spin by a terrific player. Has so many tools in his toolbox, Dylan.
Halon averages 22.3 points a game, knocks down the first. He's in double figures now, but just 10 points for the MVP. I think if you're George Lopez, that's a number you like, right? Kind of like a story that we're going to tell in our next game. Don't let the best guy beat you. Rollins goes 1 of 2 from the foul line. That's something that Joe Lodes told us about Ousmane Asako for St. Francis Prep. That's our next game coming up at 3 o'clock.
Sure.
Lodes said, I don't want Sacco to beat us. Anybody but Sacco. Here's Rollins the other way. If Nazareth has a push in them, it's got to be now. Delgado in and out for the triple. A big boy rebound and a great look as Kamara finds Bess. Najee Bess. Ty Turner's like, give me that basketball.
Senior goes to the high pick. Settles the troops.
Bess jumping up and down. And a 30-second timeout called by George Lopez. Bess begging for the ball right in front of his own bench. Instead, Lopez wants to talk it over. Gives us a chance, too, to take a look at some of the all-league selections this year. Zendon, both teams well represented. First, a look at the third team. See Justin Delgado, the enforcer, made his way onto that team.
Well deserved.
Our second team we take a look at now, and Ty Turnage, second team all-league. Maybe felt a little slighted there not to be first team where his teammate Brandon Stores is, as we take a look at the first team all-league. Stores, a 3-time first team all-league selection.
Also well deserved.
So you're probably saying, wait a minute, where is Halon Rollins in all of this? Well, just hold the phone because he is your MVP of the league. There's a look at Halon. It was a recognition given a year ago to Boogie Fland. A couple of years ago, Ian Jackson. Good company to have with those two future NBA guys.
Definitely good company.
So off the timeout. They'll kick it down low. Stores, turns, rejected by Rollins.
Big-time players show up in big-time moments, Dylan. 3 minutes to go. It's around that time.
Shot clock at 6. Look out, fumbling between a couple of Ravens. Stays with St. Ray's. Shot clock now down to 4.
The Ravens have to get managed and get settled, organized a little bit here.
I would set a screen for maybe Best to come around it, knock down the triple. Here's Carrillo Moss with 2. He's got to fire it up from midcourt. Up and under. Oh! Carrillo Moss! Ay, caramba!
Big-time shot by the big fella, Mr. Moss.
11-point lead for the Ravens. Ducking up and under himself, JoJo Jennings. Timeout for Nazareth.
And
Luis Carrillo Moss said, guys, this is how I had it drawn up the whole time. Look at this.
Look at this here. Goes for the up fake, Halon, and Mr. Moss says we're here.
Wow, Luis Carrillo Moss. Not a bad time for your first triple of the game.
Not a bad time at all.
What was that, from the A or the H? I think between the H and the A, and Fordham at midcourt in scripts.
Think that's going on the highlight film?
Oh, I think so. I think so. And it's a 9-point lead for Luis Carrillo Moss and the Ravens. And now Nazareth out of necessity, Z. They're picking up full court.
Have to. Have to. Got to turn up the temperature a little bit. Make the Ravens a little uncomfortable.
Here's Bess. Turnage said, give me the ball. Oh, intercepted. Rollins playing free safety out there.
Almost had a big steal. And the Ravens just want to take care of the basketball. Manage the game a little bit now with the lead.
Yeah, fortunate for them, they do get the ball at midcourt. as Moody checks back in for Robertson.
And I'm sure you'll see the pressure increase with Coach Irvin at the helm.
Yeah, the next foul by Nazareth will put, and there's Rollins. Wow, what a heady play by Halon Rollins.
Definitely. Player of the year, understands what time it is.
He gets the steal and then just drops it off of Najee Bess.
Gotta understand.
That is a
time and
high
score.
basketball IQ.
Yes, it is. I was just about to repeat that. And that's why he's player of the year.
Well, Halon wants to show you more reasons why he's player of the year here. The triple, back rim, no good. It has been a tough shooting day for Halon Rollins. 2 of 10 from the field, 0 for 5 from beyond the arc. And this, the 5th foul on Brandon Storrs.
Times like these, you want to have the ball in your conductor's hand, which is Mr. Ty Turnage. You understand? He is the best scorer on the floor. But again, like we talked about, when emotions are high, logic is very, very low. So you have to understand time and score.
So now the Ravens will have to play this final 2-11 without their Georgia Tech commit. Brandon Storrs fouls out with 16 points in this one. So the window of opportunity now opens up for Nazareth. It's a frustration for Storrs, who's got to watch now from the bench.
Think you know who this possession is going to, Dylan?
It's Rollins. Muscles his way inside. So too does Kamara to grab that rebound. He was fouled, and Ibrahima Kamara will go to the foul line to shoot 2 as Delgado picks up his 4th. We said this would be a war, Z.
It's definitely turning out to be. It's all about managing time and score now. And
so first free throws of the game for Ibrahima Kamara. Made the move from the PSAL and JFK in the Bronx to the Ravens' nest. Big free throw for Kamara. Extends the lead to 10.
tons of time on the clock for Nazareth.
Also, both teams in the bonus now.
It's going to get interesting.
1 of 2.
Got to go quick if you're Nazareth now.
Exactly. JoJo Jennings with the ball. Delgado sets the screen, the kick out to the corner. Foul line jumper. That was Tyson Trammell, and he was fouled. And that was the 5th foul on Creel Moss. So now Creel Moss goes to the bench. A double-double for Creel Moss, 11 and 10 for him. And now depth maybe becoming an issue here late for the Ravens.
Kareem Moss done a terrific job today, double-double. His responsibilities, except I'm pretty sure he wants to still be in the game.
Zaire Johnson will come in for him. It'll be free throws for Trammell.
Got to watch yourself now. Free throws become incredibly important in this game. There's a ton of time left.
Gary Irvin earlier this year said that they call him Baby Eli for Elijah Witter, one of the leaders of last year's Nazareth team. A guy, Trammell, who could do a lot with the basketball. He could shoot, he could defend. It's just about getting used to this level of basketball, getting his feet wet on the varsity. He's done that through 27 games right now, his 28th.
And like you're supposed to see, here comes the pressure.
And a foul off ball as Robertson bumped Turnage. And I've said it in other broadcasts, one of the things about Turnage, and I think it's his ability to play above the shoulders, is to have that little herky-jerk movement that forces a referee to kind of notice, oh, wait a minute, that was a foul.
It's a 4-year senior. understands the game, high IQ, young man, and he's back at the foul line.
And he has
Went down-
thrived.
I'm sorry.
No.
Went down early, inspires the group, is back. Brandon Storrs, not in the game anymore. It's his time.
It is Ty Turnage's time. He has thrived from here, from the foul line. Knocked down all of his free throws to this point. It's been a struggle from the field. He's only been 3 of 13. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them as well. 52-42 is the lead for St. Ray's. 1:49 left in this fourth quarter. You're watching it live on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
Back here at Rose Hill Gymnasium. Dylan Butler, Zendon Hamilton, our entire Varsity Media crew. Those Ravens, they're trying to close things out here. It's a 10-point lead for St. Ray's with $1:49 left. Nazareth, if there is a comeback in them, now, Zendon, is the time.
Definitely is. And you want to look at a guy by the name of Ty Turnage, okay, who went down early, back on the floor. He's the lone senior, and he's the leader at this point in time in the game.
A.J. Moody goes baseline. The kick out. Look out, loose ball. Turnage got a piece first. Big forced turnover for St. Ray's.
And you see who has the ball in their hand.
Turnage to Best. Back to Ty Turnage. Again, with his ability to shoot free throws, that's who you want in. That's who you want the ball in his hand. Ooh, to CHSAA. Now it's Best. And it's Najee Best that Nazareth elects to foul.
Najee Best, really good free throw shooter.
Yeah, his first trip to the line today, but you're right about Najee shooting just a shade above 89% from the line this season. Best with 7 points, 4 rebounds, rims around and out. So Jaden Blakemore, the junior, top 3-point shooter on the Kingsmen. So we know what 24 is in to do. And Best misses both. Oof. Halon Rollins steps back, kicks it. 3 there, back rim no good. Rebound Zaire Johnson. You want to find Ty Turnage. Zaire has other ideas, kicks it ahead to CHSAA. Ty's like, give me the ball under a minute, and he is fouled.
Yeah. If you're Nazareth, you want to get a foul, just don't want to foul Ty Turnage.
And the first one up on the bench was Brandon Storrs to clap for his teammate as he goes back to the foul line. Turnage with 13. There's a good look at Storrs and Louis Cuddiel Moss next to assistant coach Myron Hickman. Missed free throw by Turnage.
Gotta have these in this type of game, Dylan.
Turnage on the season also 89% from the foul line. His second rims in. 11-point lead for the Ravens, 53 seconds to go.
You actually see Turnage limping a little bit out there, I think.
Rollins, 3, no good. Smart play to smack it back out. But Nazareth comes away, another missed triple. Delgado inside for 2, and a timeout called by Nazareth.
Just see.
It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them as well. 38 seconds left in this one. St. Ray's trying to close it out here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Back here at Rose Hill Gymnasium, Nazareth, last year's runners-up. Their season is on the line. They are down by 9, 38 seconds left. Gary Irvin hoping to keep his Kingsmen in the postseason. They will again pick up full court. They'll try to get a steal and then a foul. It is Turnage, smart play, gets it the best. Turnage wants it back. He goes to CHSAA. They will try to foul him, and that's exactly what Trammell does. That's his third. It'll send Hassan CHSAA to the foul line. CHSAA known more as an elite defender. CHSAA, his first free throws of this game, looking for his first points of the game. And the junior buries his first. That makes it a 10-point lead again for the Ravens. Buried them both. Two massive free throws for CHSAA. Here comes Rollins. Wants to extend that career in a Nazareth uniform. Gets the tap back, put back. And a timeout called by Irvin. It's a full timeout as a 9-point lead. A reminder, folks, you want to stick around here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, not just for our post game, but for game number 2 of 4. That'll pit Cardinal Hayes and St. Francis Prep. That'll rematch of last year's quarterfinals as well, where St. Francis Prep had a big lead. Cardinal Hayes pulled back, and they made the Terriers sweat down the stretch. St. Francis Prep won that game. They reached the semifinals again. And later on, we will have Stepanak taking on Holy Cross. That one is at 5. And then your nightcap pits Christ the King and Iona Prep. I'm not sure that little guy will be awake by the time the 7 o'clock game rolls around. But if he's not, he can watch this one on demand on the Varsity Media Sports Network right here on our YouTube channel. So 27.4 seconds remain in this one. And Bess to inbound. Going long is Kamara. He's got to get the ball in. Does get it to Turnage, and he is fouled. Fouled by Barnaby. And now Turnage will limp his way to the foul line. A gamer for these Ravens. Was on the baseline, writhing in pain. Couldn't put pressure on his ankle. But he was on the bench for mere moments, in and out on that free throw. And you wonder maybe if a little bit of that is the ankle, because Turnage is usually automatic from the foul line. Now 7 of 9 He's got 14, 3 Ravens in double figures here this afternoon. Knocks down the second, which maintains this 10-point lead. Here comes Rollins. They'll just let him shoot it. Side rim no good. Best of rebounds. They'll jump it up. It'll be St. Ray's basketball. 18 seconds left. They'll go long. Kamara. The exclamation point for the Ravens. A 12-point lead. Kamara rips it down, and Naz, they will not foul. This was the game that St. Ray's wanted, and they get their revenge. 58-46 is your final, and St. Ray's marches on to the semifinals on Thursday. We will take a look at the live bracket, and that's where the Ravens want to be off this one. They are back in the semifinals, where they will play either Cardinal Hayes or St. Francis Prep. A big win for the Ravens, and again, avenging last year's defeat. For Nazareth, their season ends at 18-10. A year after reaching the AA finals, they are out in the quarterfinals. St. Ray's this afternoon led by Brandon Storrs with 16, Ty Turnage with 15, Luis Carrillo Moss with 11 and 10. We're ready to send it down courtside, where Zendon Hamilton has our player of the game.
We got Zendon Hamilton here with Mr. Ty Turnage, the quarterfinal games. Ty, first of all, congratulations, young man.
Thank you.
And how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. We just got the dub. Feeling good, ready for the next round.
Are you okay? We got to make sure that you're all right.
Yeah, I'm just cramped up. I'll be all right, though.
Okay. Taking it that Brandon fouled a lone senior in the game.
Me and Brandon, we talk about these moments. You know, we always could depend on each other, but when the times get rough, you know, you gotta pick up your brothers and put them on your back so you can come home with the dub.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, how does it feel to have a little bit of revenge this game? Because you were here last year. Talk a little bit about that, Ty.
It feels good because they sent us home early last year. We was looking forward to going to the chip, and unfortunately, they just knocked us out. But now we got revenge. Revenge is sweet, but we on to the next round. That's not the championship game.
I'm sure you're looking for the next round. As being the senior, just want to say congratulations. You had a terrific game, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the next round, Ty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to you, Dylan.
Thanks, Zendon. Congratulations to Ty Turnage as he and the Ravens fly on to the semifinals, beating Nazareth 58-46. And Turnage, Ravens Nation loves what they saw from Ty Turnage. The ankle injury not bothering him. He wanted to continue his high school career, and it will continue on to Thursday night. So that'll do it here from game 1 of 4 today in the Bronx. I want to thank our executive producer, Ben Turchin, our technical director, Chris Sweeney, Baron Pierre and Kevin Catalanato, our camera operators. For my broadcast partner, Zendon Hamilton, Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from Rose Hill Gym. Come right back in about 14 minutes. We'll have the second of 4 quarterfinals coming up right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.